Hello everybody, here ArmyX 1000 with a third generation monotype battle against Blaniom. We decided to go with unusual types, so I choose the poison type. This is my team, my Jengar as Special Sweeper with Will-O-Wisp, Nidoking, Physical Sweeper with the Standard Set, with Ice Beam, Tentacruel, Sword Dance, Substitute, Slush Bomb, and Hydro Pump. Mug the Cursor with Fire Punch, Slush Bomb, and Explosion as the Physical Sweeper. My Whizzing with the Standard Set with Slush Bomb as his only attack, and my lead Venomoth. Well, after this little team preview, let's see the battle. He started with his Jengar and I go with my Venomoth. He's faster and yes, have Hypnosis and put to sleep my Venomoth. So in this turn I decide to switch out into my Mug to resist every special attack for that Jengar not named Psychic. He go with the Fire Punch and yes, my Mug resisted very well. And yes, in this turn he switched into his Arbok and get the Intimidate, but thanks to my curse I neutralized the effect of Arbok's ability. And this turn he go with the Glare and yes, paralyze my Mug, but I don't care much because Mug is already slow and with 2 cores is very slow, so I put my attack into +1 and in this turn he go with the Swagger and yes, put my attack into +3. It's very useful for me, but I get the Parafusion and yes, my Mug passed through the Parafusion, hit with that Slush Bomb and see how damage he do. That was a huge damage to that Arbok. He go with the Rock Slide, but thanks to the curses he do a little and get the flinch. But I decided to stay in because I know that I can resist almost every attack of the Arbok not named Earthquake, but it seems like these don't have Earthquake, so he go with the Rock Slide again. I get the Parahax this turn, but snap out the confusion. He with the Swagger again, put my attack into +5. At this point Mug is very dangerous to almost everything team. And yes, I go with the Slush Bomb and take down his Arbok. My Mug don't care about Parafusion. He go with the Crobat, and so I decided to stay in. Isn't dangerous to my Mug, but he has the haste and put my Mug attack into normal range again. And yes, that Slush Bomb do a good damage, but thanks to the resistance of Crobat, it wasn't very much damage. So I decided to stay in and try to do anything to the Crobat. He go with the Air Cutter, that was a critical hit. And yes, in this turn I get another Parahax. And yes, with the Parafusion I don't want my Mug to stay in more. And yes, I switch into my Tentacruel that take the Air Cutter very bad thanks to his Purse defense. So I stay in trying to do some damage. Here the Air Cutter again, and yes, that Idle Pump hit and put the Crobat into a very good position to take it down. So I switch into my Whizzing, that's my physical wall. He missed his Air Cutter, and in this turn he go with the Swagger, but Smogon is a very good Whizzing, and yes, he hit the Will-O-Wisp. He don't care about confusion. Yes, a Crobat Burn is not very useful, so I switch into my Venomoth. to take the air hazard because I don't want to stay with my confused whizzing. And yes, thanks to the burn, it do a little damage to my Venom, considering that it's a super effective move. So I switch again into my Smogon and take that this time critical air cutter. And yes, the burn do the damage to take down his Crobat. So I'm now in a very good position, 2-0. And here with his Tentacle this time, I stay trying to do anything. I take the Hydro Pump, it do almost half. And yes, Smogon hit again with the Will-O-Wisp. Well, in this turn I have to switch because I want to have my Whizzing alive. And yes, I go with my own Tentacruel that take that Hydro Pump really well. So I decide to stay and go with the Slush Bomb because you know the Tentacruel defense are bad. Yes, it do a very good damage. He missed his Hydro Pump this turn, so I can resist one more or maybe two easily. So I stay in again, trying to go with the Slush Bomb again, but he switched into his Whizzing, predicting that physical move that do nothing thanks to Whizzing great defense, HP, and resistant to poison type. So in this turn I decided to go with the substitute, trying to start his Whizzing PP, but as you will see he has the Thunder and just break my Tentacruel substitute. So I decide to let my Tentacruel die now because it's very useful here. And I go with the Hydro Pump, hit that Whizzing, do half that Whizzing, that is very good damage, and yes, the Thunder take down my Tentacruel. So now I decide to go with my Gengar to hit that Whizzing in his special side. So I decide to play safe and I really over predict that, and I go with the Ice Punch, thinking that Nidoking and Nidoqueen are poison type and I don't want to let Blaniom a free switch. And yes, here with the Thunder that do a little to my Gengar, so his Whizzing will take down with another hit, but he's switching to his own Gengar to take that Ice Punch very well. And yes, in this turn well, in this 1 vs 1, one of us will use his special sweeper. And yes, he wins the first speed tie, go with the Fire Punch, do a very good damage, and I go with the Thunderbolt, that is my more powerful attack. And yes, put that Gengar into red. And yes, in this turn he win again the speed tie, go with the Destiny Bond, my Ice Punch hit, and just take down his Gengar, and yeah, my Gengar go with him. At this point I decide to go with my Nidoking, and here with his Futoi, his Whizzing, and I go with the Ice Beam, trying to take down, but he survived with the Will-O-Wisp, and luckily for me he missed. That will be a very bad position for me if Nidoking will be burned. And in this turn he decided to switch into his Tentacruel to take that Ice Beam, and thanks to Tentacruel great special defense and resist to Ice Beam, take it like a boss. So I go into my Mook because that Tentacruel is faster than Nidoking and have the super effective Hydro Pump. Mook take that hit very well. So I decided to stay and try to explode because Mook is now useful for me more. And yes, he go with another Hydro Pump, and I have a Parahax in this turn. At this point, after see the leftover in my mug, I know that I can resize one more Hydro Pump before die, so I stay in and go with the explosion, and well, I get another Parahax after that Hydro Pump. And yes, in this turn, he decided to play safe, I thought, but I don't know why. He went with the Slush Bomb, and Mook survived that Slush Bomb and exploded in a tentacle face. That was a very misplay for Blaniom. So I go with my Nidoking again, and he revealed his last Pokemon that is a Venusaur. So I go with the Mega Horn and do a little damage. He go with the Swords Dance, so I decided to switch my attack into the Ice Beam. That is super effective. And this turn he go with the Swords Dance again. He later says me that he thought that my Nidoking was a choice band, so he can resize almost 3 Mega Horn, but that was the misplay in this battle. So his last Pokemon is Whizzing, so the Ice Beam was sufficient to take it down. Well, people, I hope that you enjoyed this battle, and yes, bye!